Hello and welcome. This is Jacob Lawler here with a quick tutorial on farming, on how to pick a farm and how to compute turnover. Turnover is one of the main focuses on picking a farm to choose if it is an actual viable farm, meaning are there going to be enough transactions into the farm that warrant you actually beginning to put your hard-earned marketing dollars into that area. So again, there are many ways to choose a farm, whether it just be places where you've had success before, or often sometimes farms choose you rather than you choosing the farm. But let's say you were just going to start into the business. You had no idea where you should work, but you say, you know what, I want to do territory management or I want to do farming. Where should I pick my set of homes? Now, we're not going to get into today on how many homes you should pick and any of that, but we've done that in other videos, but also we'll do some more videos later on. But I wanted at least to show you how to actually choose a farm using the matrix system as well as realist tax, which here matrix is the system that we have access to, so I'm going to utilize that. So everything starts with a search, and my favorite search to do is the CMA search. I love the CMA search for a number of reasons, mainly because it's so simple to choose the close date range. So you can actually say, between 0 and 90 days, or for the purpose of this video, we're going to say 0 to 365, or a year's worth of transactions. Now, ideally, you should at least know a city that you're going to farm. But let's say you have zero idea, you just got started in the business, all you know is that you want to start farming, you don't care where it is. Let's just say by the numbers, where would be a good place to farm? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say 0 to 365 days, and I'm not going to actually say any more criteria. I'm not going to say a city, I'm not going to say bedroom bathroom count, I'm not even going to delineate between single family, townhome, or condo, or anything like that. I'm just going to go straight to a map search, and let's just see what the map has to say. So there's obviously going to be a tremendous amount of sales in here. This is right where our office is located here in the Rossmore area. So let's see if anything even pops up. So what it's going to do is it's going to cluster the sales into different numbers in here. Now, as you can probably see, this area right here is 447 transactions in this small market area. So this is one of the greatest, densest populations of sales. But this is an area called Leisure World that is known as kind of a retirement community or a 55 and up community. So if you don't want to work that type of a market, you could either skip past that, or let's say you do. This is obviously a great market, because as you can tell, significantly higher than any of the surrounding communities. But let's say that you wanted to focus in on Rossmore, where this office is here, because if you notice, out of all of these areas in here, this is also one of the more dense populations of transactions. So let's zoom in on the Rossmore area. So what I like to do is then further kind of say, okay, well, within this area, where are some more clusters of sales? So let's just say, you know what, I don't want to be close to the shops. I want to be closer more towards the main section of Rossmore in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this section of Rossmore to kind of figure out, okay, I want to know what's the turnover just in this section. Like, let's say I want to work mainly from Seal Beach Boulevard up to Copa de Oro, this section in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a search, and I'm going to start with Seal Beach Boulevard, and I'm going to draw my polygon around this area here, and I'm going to stop at Copa de Oro, come up to Montecito. I'm going to skip past the condos and the shopping center here, and I'm going to select in here. Now, this shows that there were 26 transactions in the last 365 days in this search criteria. So that is one part of the turnover ratio that we need. What we also need to do is to find out how many homes there are in this market area. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to pull up realist tax. And what realist tax is it's our access to property tax records. So this is going to pull how many property tax records are there on the file. Now, something to keep in mind with in order to do this is we need to do this under what is called My Search. So under My Search is the only tab that you're able to actually draw on the fields that we were doing before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down to where we were just searching for, and I'm going to zoom in so I have a little bit closer of a view of here. Sometimes it can be a little bit touchy, so bear with me here as I get acquainted here. Perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on this pencil icon, which is known as the drawing tools. So the drawing tools icon, I'm going to select there, and I'm also going to select polygon, just as we did before. And what I'm going to do is I am going to redraw that same area that we did before. Something to keep in mind in realist tax, if you even go partially into a parcel, it will actually register that as the parcel. So just to make sure, like, you don't have to select the entire area. Like if you notice, I'm actually cutting through. Oh, I don't even know what the heck just happened there, but apparently we just had a technical difficulty. So let's start over, which if you're used to technology, you oftentimes have to start over with items. So we're going to try this again. We're going to select these areas in here, and we are going to coast through. So what this is going to do is it's going to pull all the records at one time that are in this area here. So I'm going to go up to the end. I'm going to work both sides of the street of Copa de Oro. Okay. Okay. So if you notice, I'm cutting through the middle of these parcels here because I do not want to go into the shopping center, because it will not only just pull the residential properties, but it will also pull the commercial units in here. So I want to keep those out of the draw of what it's going to do. So now from here, all I'm going to do is click search. Now it's going to come back right here. It's going to give me a number of how many records it was able to pull, and the more records you pull, the longer this wonderful spinning wheel takes. And something to keep in mind, that if it's anything over, I believe it's 1,000, it will not show the number here. So let's hope that it's underneath 1,000, and it says loading. So 756 results in this farm. So if you come back here to where we were, it was 26 transactions. So the MLS is defined the number of transactions, and realist tax is defined the number of total homes. So what we do in order to find turnover is I'm going to go to my calculator here, and I'm going to go, because there were 26 transactions, and I'm going to divide that by the total number of homes, which is 756. So we're going to compute that, and that is a 3.43% turnover. Is that the greatest turnover in the world? No. Is it the worst turnover in the world? No. Rule of thumb, the higher the turnover, the better the neighborhood is to work. But really anything somewhere between, a 4 to 5% turnover is a good range, a good goalpost to shoot for. Obviously, if you find a 10% turnover, that would be a no-brainer in terms of being a viable area. So again, that was a quick tutorial on how to find property turnover in a farm area. We can get much more in depth with that, but I wanted to make this a quick video on just how to do the turnover, how to find a farm area if you want to choose it. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Feel free to send me any messages or ask any questions. I'd be more than happy to answer any of them that I get. Thanks for taking the time, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.